let's look at the torsion bars. All right, so what Blue Ox says, and I'll make sure that the chain is not twisted, because believe me, that'll shorten it up a bit. But Blue Ox says you need to be 9 chain links down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what should fit in that pocket when you're torquing it over. Now, what made me question, I said, now, Blue Ox sells these weight distribution hitches for all different type of vehicles. How is it always the 9th chain link? That's why setup is so important, because if no matter what tow vehicle you have or trailer, if it's set up correctly, when you set it up correctly, the hitch, it should always be the 9th link, okay? So, put that in. Tim Stanley with Blackout Easy, here doing another segment with RVing with Tim. I'm so excited. It's the 2021 RV season. It's March the 14th, first day of daylight savings time. It's about 70 degrees a day. And today I want to talk about the weight distribution hitch, the proper setup of it. Now, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe, because when you subscribe, every time we drop a new video, you'll be the first one to know. All right, so today we'll talk about the proper setup of the weight distribution hitch. So when I bought my truck, when I bought my trailer, doing the prep, and they were showing me how to work everything, the guy set the hitch up and he showed me how to install it. And what he did, he jacked the truck and trailer all the way up really high, and the bumper was this far off the ground, and he said that makes it easier to install a hitch. That didn't make sense to me, so since then I've been on the quest to make sure my trailer is set up. So today I'm going to talk about the tools needed to set the trailer up properly. The tools we're going to need for today's setup, we're going to need a 4-foot level. We're going to have torsion bars for your weight distribution hitch. We're going to need the Ford manual. We're going to need a tape measure. This is the bar used to set up the torsion bars, and this is the 1/8" drives, and that's to take off the weight distribution hitch to make adjustments to it. All right, your tongue weight should be no more than 10 to 15% of the max trailer weight. Now, my trailer is rated at 7,500 pounds, so at 10% on the bottom side, that's 750 pounds. So I'm in good shape, because this fully loaded, this trailer tongue weight is maxed out at 500 pounds. So I'm well within specs of what I need to do. Okay, so let's get started. What happened was, I read online the proper setup from Blue Ox. I have a Blue Ox Sway Pro hitch. I looked at their install video several times. I actually went online and looked at videos of the proper setup, and I saw a lot of people complaining about how hard it is to set these up and take down. And I just knew something couldn't have been right. So actually what I did also before that, these bars are rated for different torsion. This one is 2 dots is 750 pounds. I actually bought a 1 dot, which is 500 pounds, and tried that on my setup as well. But the 750 seems to work a lot better. So if anybody needs some 500-pound torsion bars for their Blue Ox Sway Pro, let me know. I'll give you a good deal on them. So Blue Ox says when you measure the ball, it should be no more, it should be even or inch higher than the trailer coupler. So when I did the measurements, come to find out, this ball is too low, right? So when that's too low, what that means is when you attach that trailer and it's too low, you actually, when you pull those torsion bars, you lifting the trailer and the back end of the truck up. It makes it harder to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my trailer tongue, I'm gonna raise it up 1 notch, and that should give me the inch I need. This should be 1 inch or even to this coupler, and you do it on a level surface. That's another reason why we need this 4-foot level. We say, Tim, how you know the surface is level? Because I did like this. Actually, make sure the surface was level was on. You got to be on a nice level surface, and your trailer and truck has to be, or your tow vehicle and trailer has to be in line. And also, actually, when I'm setting my trailer up, I actually put this 4-foot level on, and I make sure when I'm setting the trailer up that it's level. Also, I have one of those, a little smaller one, inside near the bed area, because you want to make sure that you got an upward bubble slightly when you're sleeping, so your head is higher than your feet. If not, you wake up with a headache. So, all right, so this is what we're going to do. We see that I need to take these bolts off and raise it up one, and that should give me the height I need. This should be even or 1 inch higher than the coupler. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that right now. So I'm gonna put on my gloves. And these nuts are 1/8 bolt size. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that. Yeah, this hitch is pretty hefty. I bet it weigh about, I bet this hitch weigh about 50 pounds. It's not a lightweight hitch, but you think about what it's trying to do, it has to be hefty. So they got lock washers on here, so make sure your lock washer's on place. So when you don't have to worry about it, what you've done coming undone. You don't want that to happen. All right, like I said, these are 1/8 drive, 1 1/8 drive. So you gotta put that on there, and you gotta make sure they're tight. So I got a breaker bar that helps me, makes it easier for me to tighten these up. It's about a 2 foot. You torque it down, and that'll help set with the setup. Make it a lot easier. I'll get that started there. And make sure you got it torqued down. You don't want a problem on the highway. So you move that over there, the top one. All right, that's nice and tight. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I have that adjusted up. I went 1 bolt, 1 notch up, and that should give me the inch I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure to see what I have. So this is right 23.5, and this is right at 22.5. So now I have my inch. See, with this being lower, it caused my trailer and tow vehicle to do like that, just putting it on. So that's why this has to be the proper height, and that'll take off some of that torque and make it easier to install the hitch. So let's see what we got. Okay, so now we have that set up properly. Everything's hooked up, so I'll put the trailer on. All right, I think that's enough. Let me back the truck up. Remember, whenever you're working with your trailer, make sure for safety reasons you have the wheels chalked. Always safety, 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 and make sure you apply the emergency brake as well, okay? So that should get it. I should be able to drop in that pocket. I'm gonna turn my truck off. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop the trailer, well, not drop it. I should have came down a little, backed up a little more, but I think that's gonna get it. Yep. Okay. Once I can put that down, this is what I do to help me out. I lock it down and I lift up on the tongue jack just a little, and that makes it easier to install the torsion bars. Okay, so what you're doing when you set up your torsion bars, you actually preloading the weight distribution hitch. Okay, so here's one, and I place them on either side of the trailer, so I have them when I'm ready for them. Okay, let's look at the torsion bars. All right, so what Blue Ox says, and I make sure that the chain is not twisted, because believe me, that was shortening up a bit. But Blue Ox says you need to be 9 chain links down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what should fit in that pocket when you're torquing it over. Now, what made me question, I said, now Blue Ox sells these weight distribution hitches for all different type of vehicles. How is it always the 9th chain link? That's why setup is so important, because if no matter what tow vehicle you have or trailer, if it's set up correctly, when you set it up correctly, the hitch, it should always be the 9th link. Okay, so put that in, log it in, and this is so I'm gonna count the 9th chain link down from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put it in the holster, bring it around, and take your wrench. Look, I'm gonna use one. I got the setup so easy, I'm gonna use one hand to do it. Beautiful. Go to the other side, do the same. The second side is always easier than the first side, because that side actually helps pull it up already to where it needs to be. So, and this is why I said, I can do it with one hand to pull this around. If your trailer and hitch are not set up correctly, that's what makes it so hard to do. Actually, you can put a little, drop the tongue weight down a little bit, take some of that pressure off there by raising up a little bit with your tongue jack, and that'll help you as well. Look, I'm using one hand, locking into place. Okay, part of my check, what I do is, I said 9 chain links from the top. I also go and check, it should be 8 chain links from the bottom, just in case I might have missed the hole when I was cranking it over. So I'm gonna count 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because if you have them uneven, it's gonna cause uneven distribution. It's gonna cause more trailer sway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put all the weight on this hitch. No circumstance should happen where your bumper is taller than it originally started before hooking up the weight distribution hitch. This should never be higher. That means also your setup is incorrect. Your bumper should be lower or the same height after you install the weight distribution hitch and put your trailer weight on there. So we're not gonna wait all day for that, but I'm gonna show you the hookup. All right, come around, make sure it's on there. All right, we're gonna hook up the pin, and I'm gonna do one last check. All right. What you're doing when you do the 9 links from the bottom and torque it over, you actually preloading these torsion bars. And what it does is, when the trailer sways to the passenger side, it puts more stress and it bends these bars, and the torque as it bends gets higher and it pulls the trailer back in line. Same thing on that side. When it goes this side, it lessens on this side, increases on this side, and pulls that trailer in line. Okay, the last step Ford says on your weight distribution hitch is that everything in place, your trailer should be slightly nose down or even. So let's check the 4-foot level, and we see we are slightly nose down. So everything is correct on this setup. We slightly nose down on here, looking at the 4-foot level. So that tells me everything is set up correctly. Also, how easy it was to set that hitch up. If you go online and see people complaining about, I saw a guy saying he almost broke his arm trying to do that, your setup is not correct. Now, I already did this a few months ago. So I know that works, and the ride improvement is tremendous. So it helps out with that sway, it helps out with the control on the road, and it makes for a better ride. So I hope this video has helped, because it's a lot of misinformation out there, and so I hope this video helped. Any questions, just holler or hit me on the website, or send me an email. And also, if you like this video, subscribe to RVing with Tim. So when we drop more in this coming season, we're going to travel a lot and send you some nice vacation views and different campgrounds. Make sure you subscribe to RVing with Tim. Hey, see you on the other side.